Happy TGIF and welcome everyone to No One Daily Bitcoin Pod. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll also be discussing Spar Supermarket in Switzerland starts accepting Bitcoin payments. Let's go. As well as Arizona Crypto Reserve Bill passes the House Committee heading to the third reading, as well as quantum computers likely to reveal if Satoshi Nakamoto is still alive, according to Bitcoin OG. Adam Back. Also, Saylor says ETF investors' stronger hands are helping to stabilize the Bitcoin. He also shares with us 21 truths of Bitcoin, which I'll be revealing for you in today's show, as well as will the United States dump gold for Bitcoin, a real geoeconomic shift in real time? I think most likely, and I'll be breaking down the most likely reasons for them to do this. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this, plus so much more in today's show. And again, welcome everyone to the live stream. This is a live stream, tri-stream, living the bitty dream. Shout out DNA, Fairground, the rest of the fam. Floki's Angels in the building. JV and the Nibbinator, Chris Klein and I say hi. Love the show. Appreciate your support there, brother. Shout out our very own Oracle, Ricky Norwood in the building. Happy Good Friday. It's a holiday here in Puerto Rico. Everything's literally closed. I went to get some food for lunch. Closed. My favorite acai spot, closed. Cafe, closed. Supermarket, closed. I was forced to cook my own eggs this morning. Good Lord. But anyways, shout out to the Hairy Balls. What it do? And happy Easter weekend as well, family. DNA Noonan, I'm at home watching the greatest show on the tube. Love you, brother. Right back at you. Shout out to the East Afro King. This is a live stream, tri-stream. I will be streaming over the course of the next couple of hours. And I'm going to go ahead and pin the stream to the top of the X profile. You know what to do. Give it up for the Nip, wherever he's at. In the back, in the front, on attack. And the stream is officially pinned to the top of the profile. All comments and quotes of the live stream on X will get shouted out and reposted in real time. I'll do my best to do that. I'll be checking the feed throughout the entire stream so you guys know what to do. And thank you guys in advance. Much appreciated. What it do, Fairground? Watching from Cornwall, England, keeping it fair. I dig it. Shout out KZY Crypto, right on time. You nailed it. And shout out Sergio. That's where we get our caps from, including the one on my head right now. And BitcoinCaps.net.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating it. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Let's go. Welcome, everyone. Happy TGIF. Bitcoin's been maintaining at roughly 85,000. Can't complain there. Next leg up incoming. What's up, brother? Shout out Nelson Ortiz. Just chillaxing, living our best lives. You know, a couple of days ago, we had a island-wide blackout, but the power is back. All is restored. Can't complain. All is good in the hood. I mean, look at Nippinator living his best life in the background. The doctor is in with the bitty news. Shout out Gordon Grote. Appreciate you. Hope everyone's having a blessed Good Friday. Amen to that. All praise God. All praise Jesus. And thank you for giving us life this fine day. Yeah, I mean, and thank you, Satoshi, for giving us perfect money, which is Bitcoin. What's good? Ahoy, Captain, and shout out our moderators, of course. Thanks for all your support, especially the Oracle, JC Ice Baby. Shout out Panda the Prophet. He wrote, "It's that time of the day. Tap in for the best crypto news of the net. Harry Balls, the one and only infamous Harry, the only place for your bitty news." That's right, one-stop shop. Thank you, Catherine. Appreciate you as well. Shout out all the bitty queens, bitty baddies, holding it down. Yes, my family's in Puerto Rico. Told me about it. It totally sucked. Yeah, it does suck. Because it's like, what knocked out the grid? Is it the wind? What's going on over here? It makes no sense. There wasn't even bad weather. It wasn't even rainy that day. It was just like, oh, no, there's no power. I mean, we may not have power for the next 48 hours. It's like, good Lord, craziness. Shout out Jesse Ora. But I was fortunate our power came back. It was maybe only out 10 hours. It could have been worse. We've seen a lot worse, before. So I really can't complain, like I said earlier. Shout out East Afro King. No holidays from my man JV, bringing you the CNA on the blessed day. Come check in. Amen to that, brother. I'm here for you guys each and every day, 7 days a week, regardless of the holidays. We celebrate on the holidays, but we celebrate on stream. But anyways, good to see you, Greg. Welcome to the live stream and the rest of the Biddy fam. But without further ado, if you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes. Go ahead and subscribe. It's free to do so. We're the #1 day of the Bitcoin pod. Then ring that bell. Turn on all the notifications. That way you get notified each and every day when I go live. Today is pod number 1966. I'm your host, JV. It's April 18th, 2025. Happy TGIF. A great day to be alive, and happy Good Friday, first and foremost. Let's kick it off with our market watch this Good Friday, shall we? And as you can see on your screen, pretty low bitty correcting, only down 1% on the day, maintaining above 84,500. At the time of the live stream, Ether back in the 1,500 range, unfortunately. XRP, BNB, Solana, and Tron also in the red and correcting as well. And check it out. CoinMarketCap.com. The current crypto market cap sits at $2.67 trillion, and the Bitcoin market cap is at $1.6 trillion, roughly $1 trillion difference between the two. 46 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours, with Bitcoin dominance coming in today at 62.9%, the apex predator, as the Ether dominance is all the way down to a minuscule 7.2%. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours, we got Tau leading the pack, up 10%, followed by Flare up 9%, followed by Immutable up 5.5%, followed by the Sandbox. Which alt, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles. I like to get the visual perspective on the day. Safe to say, let's get an update. Here we go. Updated. Okay. So I'd say majority of the alts are actually in the green today, but the top ones are correcting and in the red, as ironic as that is. Fartcoin down 10% on the day. Zooming out on the weekly, I'd say 60-40 red over green, on being the biggest loser. You understand that was rug pulled, lost like $5 billion of market cap overnight, unfortunately. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index. Today we're 33 fear, yesterday at 30, last week at 25 extreme fear, and last month at 32 fear. Silver lining, the lower this number goes in extreme fear, the more likely of a pumpy pump. So let's pump it up. And checking out the infamous time chain calendar. We're currently on block number 892,990, and we have 157,000 blocks into the next halving, and you can currently exchange one fiat monopoly dollar for 1,183 sats. So pick up the sats, put down the gats, and pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net. And if you don't know, now you know, Joey. Let's get it. What up? Jen, Adam, what up? What up? Loving the bubbles. Word. It's a Saturday, is it? What country are you in again, brother? It's definitely a Friday here in Puerto Rico, but in roughly 8 hours, it will be Sat-Sack Saturday. And I will be streaming live on Sat-Sack Saturday. FOMO incoming. FOMO like a mofo, as a wise man once called for. Loving it. Word. 225 with a bear scenario. 1 million for the cycle peak. It's been written. Send it. The Oracle right through, the right into tomorrow, the forecast, 12-12, 121, blackjack, send it. New all-time high incoming, practically, is what you're trying to say there, the way I transcribed that. Deciphered it all. Shout out Rambo Laddie. Thank you so much. Shout out JC Isis, he just reposted for the post. We are live with a fam. Come in and watch the #1 day of the Bitcoin pod. There you have it. Should we update it to the #1 Bitcoin pod? I usually use the word daily because when I first started branding it that way, I mean, it was many years ago. Now it's like we've been consistent for years. We're most definitely the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Not even a question. Can I say it's the #1 Bitcoin podcast? Can I make that claim? What do you guys say to that? Let me know. Yay, nay. Am I off base here, or do I deserve that? Let me know. Am I the #1 daily Bitcoin pod? Yay, nay, CNA, Bitcoin Cafe? I'd like to know. #1 Bitcoin pod. Not just the daily Bitcoin pod, because there's no competition. Obviously, nobody does a daily pod. They're not as crazy as I. They're not as dedicated as the Nippinator and JV. Global crypto news. Precisely. Nippinator's baskets are empty. The Nippinator's going on tour. That's right. Buy your tickets now. Nippinator Tour, Tour of the Nip. $5,000 per ticket. 2-for-1 deal today only, just FYI. Had some crazy weather this morning, 6:40 a.m., heavy lightning, crashing and thunder, the hail, the average size of the golf balls. I have 1 inch in my freezer is big enough for the cue ball. Lots of damage. Sorry to hear that, brother. Stay safe. Hail is no joke, especially when you got that large of hail. You know what I mean? It can knock you unconscious, for Christ's sake. Make the claim, JV. I believe it. Well, I'm going to start making the claim as of today. Welcome to the #1 Bitcoin pod. None more of that daily bullshit. #1 pod all around. No questions asked. Maybe #1 podcast. I'm coming for your spot, Rogan. Watch out, Joey. That's all I got to say. What up, JV? Shout out Robert Golby. What it do? You are #1. However, leave daily. All right, Larry says leave the daily in there. You guys tell me. But anyways, again, welcome everyone joining us. Already 400 people on the live stream, try stream. Lots to share with you today in the markets. It is a Friday. Markets are closed, traditional markets at least, as the banks, and it's a holiday, obviously. Good Friday. And it is Easter weekend as well, this Sunday. So happy Easter in advance, broskies. I will be streaming tomorrow on SatStack and Saturday. And I will be streaming, obviously, on Easter, because that's just how we roll. So hope to see you guys over the weekend as well. But yeah, man, let's continue with the news. Let's kick it off now that we did our market watch. We'll do a little TA, a little astrology for the broskies. Headline here reads, Bitcoin price volatility imminent as speculators move 170,000 of the biddy. This is according to the latest TA from Crypto Quant. So let's break this down. Then I'll pull up some of the live charts. Bitcoin short-term hodlers are signaling that the current calm Bitcoin price behavior may not last long. Crypto Quant revealed that 170,000 BTC owned by entities with a purchase date between 3 to 6 months ago begun to circulate. Quoting them here, around 170,000 biddies are moving from the 3 to 6 month hodler cohort. Large movements from this group often signal that significant volatility is imminent, and the chart, as pulled up right here, shows the impact of the previous short-term hodler events, with the latest being the largest by volume since late 2021. Price direction varies both upwards and downwards, making market responses visible. Volatility is a coming, and short-term hodler entities are notoriously sensitive to snap market moves and transitive narratives. That's why I got to be in the cohort of the long-term hodlers. Don't be so sensitive, Karen. And recent Bitcoin price downside has been met with episodes of the panic selling by the cohort, which is defined as an entity buying up to 6 months previously. Earlier in the week, Crypto Quant listed the short-term hodlers as one of the main sources of the current Bitcoin selling pressure. Not a good look, short-term folk. Short-term hodlers have been the primary sellers, sending an average of 930 Bitcoin a day to the exchanges. Weak hands get wrecked. I mean, it is what it is. In contrast, long-term hodlers only moved about 529 Bitcoin daily, highlighting the short-term fear or profit-taking, while long-term conviction remains intact. Meanwhile, Crazy Block described the classic shakeout as occurring in Bitcoin, while allying concerns over a uniform rush of exit across the investor spectrum, as he shares here. With Bitcoin trading sideways and volatility compressing, this cohort-driven breakdown helps us understand that the current correction is not a mass exodus by the smart money. It's more likely a reaction from the nervous, short-term, mid-tier, cabbage hand hodlers. So please don't be like cabbage hands Portnoy over here and hold the Bitcoin for the long term. You got to have the diamond hands. You got to hodl at least a minimum, I would say, of 4 to 8 years to expect significant gains. And in fact, every single Bitcoin hodler, from my understanding, that has been hodling for at least 4 years is in the black, meaning with it at least an unrealized gain. And that's where you want to be. Never sell at an unrealized loss, because then you're turning an unrealized loss to the real McCoy, a real loss. And that's not a good look, and that's something the short-term hodlers are apparently notorious for. But with all that being shared, I promise to pull up some of the live chart. We'll do some live chart action, Jackson satisfaction here on TGIF. And yeah, you're looking at the hour chart right here via Coinbase, via TradingView. This is live and in the flesh. Not a lot of movement really going on right now. It's been trading sideways for the day, but we do have a target sitting at 88,000. Zoom in, bear target sitting just shy of 78.6. Zooming out from there, we'll take a look at a 4 hour chart. Says it's going up forever, JB. We do have, we did have a dip, but we have recovered, and we're currently, again, flatline at 84.5. Bear scenario in play of 73.5 on the 4-hour. No bull scenario printed currently. And zooming out a little further for the daily, we do have the rising wedge followed by the falling wedge. It's like a yo-yo. Let's see if we slinky back to the rising wedgie formation. We do have the bull trend scenario sitting just shy of 112,000, taking us back to price discovery. Currently sitting at 109.3, the current all-time high achieved in January, back on inauguration day. We do have a bear scenario just shy of 69 G's, baby. And then there's a super bear sitting at 49,000. And zooming out a little further from there, we'll take a look at a weekly. Then we'll check out the monthly real quick. The weekly chart shows a cup and handle target, as you can see on your screen. Last week, we finally had a green candle close. And this week, thus far, if things continue where they're at least, we'll get another green weekly close. We have till Sunday to go, but we'll see. I mean, again, not lots really happening right now. Unfortunately, it's been pretty boring, but it is what it is. And zoom out a little further, we look at the monthly, and the monthly also shows past couple of months have been bearish, unfortunately, but hopefully we can maintain in the green for the month of April. Now we're in the second quarter of 2025. It's the year preceding the halving. So you already know, typically it's a very, very bullish year, and hopefully we ain't seen none yet. But you guys let me know your thoughts. Read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the live stream. F1550, Shalom from Brazil. Brazil in the building. I have a baked epoxy steel roof, not even a ping mark, but lots of the cars with the shattered glass, I guess due to the hailstorm. That's insane. I'll be stacking Saturday. I stack every day. My man, Robert, that's what's up. Hail really sucks. That's what my husband helps homeowners with, and they can't get their insurance to cover it. It's crazy how insurance companies, you pay them all this money and they don't want to cover anything, and you got to beg. And only the ones that put up a good fight get any resolve. Is that not true? It's crazy. Maybe you should buy yourself a small emergency generator, says Patricia. Who you referring to there, broski? Or lady there? Sorry, I don't know why I defaulted to broski. I'm just so used to saying it. Obviously, we have the bitty baddies and the broskis joining us each and every day, but 90% of y'all are broskis, so I oftentimes will default to broskis, just FYI. But all due respect to the ladies here, we do got a growing woman audience, which we appreciate. But anyways, again, welcome everyone. I'm going to check the X feed. We did the TA, so you guys got an idea what's going on in the market. We're going to play a little Chandy Jam, and I'm going to check comments and repost everyone, and we'll continue with our feature story. Not featured story, but some of our featured stories of the day. Obviously, our main featured story is going to be towards the end of the show. But anyways, yeah, man. Stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy in this bitch.
Oh, bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty
Stacked revolutionary love shack. I'm stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the bitty like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the bitty like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Now, unfortunately, Diddy, back in the day, his name was Puff Daddy, was the handler, obviously, for Biggie, and they unalived Biggie, so may he rest in peace. Many would refer to him as the king of hip-hop, the greatest to ever do it, representing Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So shout out to the New York fam for holding it down, and rest in peace, Biggie, and very unfortunate that you had Diddy as your handler, unfortunately, but what are you going to do? But yeah, looks like I got everyone reposted here, almost. Game time, prime time. Just remember, never drink prime. It's a very horrible drink. Just want to throw that out there, even though it's the official drink of the UFC. Trust nothing from Logan Paul. I think you guys know that by now. But anyways, I've been appreciating the women more since I got my eyes fixed. That's a plus. You can see again. You know what I mean? But anyways, welcome again, anyone joining us. This is a live stream, going through all the Bitcoin news you need to know for the week, holiday weekend. So again, happy Good Friday. If you're just joining us, this gong strike is for you guys this holiday season. Remember to stay hydrated as well there, fellas. and ladies. Hydration, hydration, hydration. But anyways, I guess we'll continue with the news. Fairground says it loves Chandy's voice. You're in love with Chandy's voice. I dig it. And of course, make sure you guys are following Chandy 10 Music. We premiered a brand new music video in yesterday's stream called Can't Tariff Bitcoin, which has been blowing up over on X. You can find the music video there. I just strongly encourage you to follow her on X. Make sure to repost, comment, quote, show your support. Patricia says, you are number one. Appreciate that. Number one what? I need clarity. Bitcoin will go higher if the Fed would cut the rates as per Trumpinator. I've got to get out of Sam's Club and get more alkaline water. Right on, Oracle. Cheers. Chandy is the bomb. Couldn't agree more with you, Moon Girl. James says JV rocks. I dare say JV and Chandy rocks. And haters can kick rocks like Kid Rock. And JV too. Thank you, Moon Girl. Much appreciated. But anyways, keep the comments flowing. We appreciate the support. And we're going to continue with our next story of the day. Of course, now we got the TA out of the way. Here's the latest big news coming out of Switzerland. Spar Supermarket in Switzerland starts accepting Bitcoin payments. How many of you have ever been to Switzerland? Let me know. I visited there for a few days on my Euro trip. Beautiful scene. The mountains were very majestic. It was freezing when we were there, but nonetheless, I just remember going on the train and witnessing all the epic views of the mountains and such. It was a good look. Global grocery giant Spar has rolled out Bitcoin-based payments in Swiss City, marking another step in the growing adoption of the crypto for everyday transactions. Now, the Spar supermarkets in Zug, Switzerland, implemented the Bitcoin payments via the Lightning Network. The store's Bitcoin payments went live on Bitcoin Now, a community-driven project highlighting stores that accept Bitty payments. DFX Swiss, a crypto to fiat payment solution firm, announced just recently this Spar location is among the first supermarkets in Switzerland where you can pay directly at the checkout using Bitcoin via the Lightning Network, thanks to our new hashtag Open Crypto Pay solution, an open peer-to-peer standard for in-person crypto payments. I think that's fantastic. So if you want to live off of Bitcoin, you can do that, as groceries is an everyday expense, obviously, and most grocery stores do not accept payments. So that's a step in the right direction. Bring it. Switzerland has long been regarded as one of the more crypto-friendly European jurisdictions with some of the earliest crypto adoption initiatives. Back in 2023, the Swiss city of Lugano adopted Bitcoin and Tether USDT payments for all municipal fees, one of the world's first city administrations to do so. There are currently 1,013 stores and businesses accepting Bitcoin payments just in Switzerland, according to the Bitcoin map data outlined right here in your screen, and good coverage all across Switzerland. That's what's up. Bitcoin adoption amongst the retail giants with a global presence may increase mainstream trust in crypto payments. Spar operates over 13,900 stores across 48 countries with over almost 15 million daily shoppers and 450,000 employees worldwide. Now, friction points and complicated user experience are often criticized as some of the biggest hurdles limiting the mainstream blockchain adoption. However, Spar's Bitcoin implementation enables easy payments just by scanning a quick response QR code, making it easy peasy. That's how I paid for my pupusas in Bitcoin country. You know what I mean? So game on. It was super simple, by the way. You just pull it out, scan it, bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. Just scan the static QR code, send the sats, immediately an easy registration by the cashier. And if enough people use it, it may be rolled out in the entire freaking country. So hopefully people who use it support the Bitty. Quoting a user here, I use the Phoenix wallet for the Lightning Network, but pretty much anything works. That means you can use Strike Network, Lightning Wallet. You can use currently, what's the one? There's Exodus. There's Shivo over in El Salvador. I don't recommend that one, but I digress. There's a lot of options out there. And increasingly more companies are adopting crypto in the country. Switzerland-based blockchain ecosystem, Crypto Valley, surpassed almost 600 billion in valuation last year after a 55% yearly increase. That's pretty significant, worth $600 billion. And amongst the 50 regional entities, 17 have reached unicorn status. And here I thought unicorn was a fictional beast. No, unicorn status is being achieved. $1 billion valuations on the companies. Quoting them here, a Swiss industry with a top 50 entity share valuation of 593 billion and whose funding medians exceed global medians reflects vision and resilience. And if you don't know, now you know. Some of the Crypto Valley's well-known projects include Layer 1 blockchain network, Ethereum, Cardano, and Casper blockchain. I guess Casper is the friendly ghost. I didn't realize. But anyways, there you have it. Broskies. Hopefully they start adopting some retail Biddy Lightning payments in the United States as well. Follow in Switzerland's footsteps. Why not here? Still not answering the phone. I demand you pick up your phone, JC.
Pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up.
Alkaline water, just a hint of the baking soda. Sorry, are you telling me I should be adding a hint of the baking soda? I am aware how healthy baking soda is. I soak my berries in it. Sometimes I brush my teeth with it to help whiten in my chompers, you know what I mean? Which I should be doing more often. I also like to do the oil pulling with the coconut oil. I keep a huge thing, like a bucket of coconut oil, and you know what I mean, where I brush my teeth. There's a country I want to visit. Didn't visit when I was over there. Right on. Switzerland's very nice. People were friendly. Obviously, it's cold, but you're in the mountains, obviously, up there. I guess travel during the winter. But yeah, nothing bad to say. Overall, it was cool. I purchased my first Swiss watch in Switzerland. One of the reasons I wanted to go there. Again, out of my entire Euro trip, the only places I talked down upon, because it was an amazing, trip. The two places I wasn't fond of was France, especially the city of Paris. And wasn't a big fan of the UK. It was all right, though, because I had some friends there I was visiting. And, your surroundings, make the experience. And I had some great friends we had some fun with that reside in the UK. But overall, wasn't impressed. Definitely not a place I would ever consider like relocating or anything like that. But Paris, my least favorite country, and I've been all over the world. I've been to Haiti. So for me to say Paris, France is my least favorite city, after being to Haiti, where, I could have got robbed at any moment, practically, there's not a lot of white people there if you haven't figured that out. But, Paris, just not a good look, Paris. Not a good look. Pump it up, JV. JC, answer the damn phone. Last warning.
Don't you know? Pump it up.
All right, baking soda makes the water more alkaline. So then is it fair to say you can just put a drop of baking soda in your regular water to turn it into alkaline water? That's pretty lit. Paris, not a big fan either, right, Oracle? Very common household ingredient, necessary vinegar, baking soda, hydrogen peroxide. I got to get the food grade hydrogen peroxide. I've been reading wonders on that as well. UK is a downward spiral. Yeah, unfortunately. I just don't want to get stabbed. I hear there's like more stabbings in the UK than in Chirac. I don't know how accurate that is, but not a good look. My friends who live there say, you got to be careful, JV. You get stabbed to death. Like, what? Do I got to travel with a sword? Wu-Tang. My Wu-Tang sword style. We always have Paris. We always have it. Says Ron, I don't want to part with my biddy to buy anything. You're a smart man. Ricky, it sure is, mate. I can see it visually. Where's the Nippinator? He's behind me. He just covered up. He's been a little depressed, low-key, and be 100 with you. Since he's no longer your chairman of the SEC, he really looked forward to serving the United States people, providing clarity for the industry of crypto. And since the guy took his position, he's been a little down. So if you guys can smash the likes, show some support, I'll read the comments out loud. Maybe it'll, boost up his spirit. But right now he's feeling really down. He used to be the chairman, and now he feels like he's a nobody. And it's sad, because he's always going to be somebody, right? He may be a dog, but nonetheless, he has a soul, and it must be respected. He has a job. He's a working dog. He's a service dog. And when he's not doing his service, naturally, he feels a little down. So let's raise his spirits a little bit, please. Tokyo and Kyoto are great. Can't wait to visit Japan personally. Nippinator's sleeping, and he's down. He's feeling down. My football team, beat Paris, main team the other night. It was massive. Nippinator taking it cool on the backstreet. He's practically a backstreet dog. You've heard of the Backstreet Boys. You never heard of the Backstreet Dogs. He was a rescue pup, very familiar with the streets. And again, he'd rather serve the people. You a Villa fan? Was that Villanova? Nippinator, you're the chairman in our heart. Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to tell him, Moon Girl. He's always going to be the chairman in our hearts. He may not have that same title, but it doesn't change anything. The people still love you, Nip. That's my word. I promise. My word is my bond. The people love you, Nip, and they're going to continue to support you. They're going to continue to smash the likes. They're going to continue to repost the stream because you only get one Nippinator. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for Nip, we couldn't keep it nippinating. And we'd be stuck. We'd be all depressed. You know what I mean? We wouldn't know what to do. We'd be like, the bull run's over. Let's just go hibernate with Peter Schiff and the Bears because they forced our hands. You know what I mean? Maybe China holds the cards. Maybe Nippinator doesn't longer hold the cards. I don't know what to think anymore. Best indicator everywhere. Exactly, Floki. 100%. Moon Girl agrees. Nippinator spirits already chiming up. Nippinator needs a big hug. Exactly. Like a real hug. The White House just exposed Fauci. Good. Until Fauci goes to prison, we'll never have justice. And I'll always be skeptical of our corrupt system until I see people like Fauci in prison for spreading AIDS and all the diseases that came along with the poison jab. And I stand by that. Fauci. And wasn't there a great book exposing Fauci? Anyone know the title of that? I can recommend it. And shout out Candace Owen. She's been exposing Fauci and his lies for a very long time. I support Candace. Who voted for Trump for Bitcoin to go to 2 milli? I think a lot of people voted for Trump for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is they did not want the Democratic Party in control anymore because Creepy Joe creeped us all out. He got too creepy. It went to the extreme creepiness level, so they needed to rebalance. We needed a shift. And I think that's genuinely why a lot of people voted for the Trumpster. Obviously, a lot of the Bitcoiners, they're going to vote for anyone pro-Bitcoin. But bigger picture, I just think people are sick and tired of the war on crypto, Operation Choke Point 2.0, and the Biden/Harris administration. And if we had another 4 years of that, everyone would feel like Nippinator right now. We'd all be down. Blessings to you and yours, JV. Shout out Sammy G. He's trying to run to Wuhan. It's hilarious. He's running even with a pardon. Let him run to Wuhan. That's apparently where it all started. Their studies, investing all this money to create the Novid strand. You know what I mean? There's that infamous photo. It had Obama, Fauci, and who was the other clown? Busted. Caught with the cookie in the cookie jar. Ironic enough, I taught English in Wuhan. You can't make this shit up. So New Dynamic Institute, which was the school I taught for in China back when I lived there, back in 2010, 2011. And the headquarters was in fucking Wuhan. This is prior to COVID, Novid. This was back in 2010. This was literally a decade before the Wuhan virus or the China virus, as the Trumpster would coin it. So I actually was in Wuhan. I didn't live there, but I would visit there because that's where the headquarters was. So I'd meet with the head of the schools and shit like that. And I remember being in Wuhan as if it was yesterday. Interesting city, by the way. China's an interesting place, and I will leave it at that. But ironic that all comes from Wuhan. And I was teaching English in frickin' Wuhan a decade before the Novid. Insane, right? They make drum cymbals there. I used to play with them. Word. It's crazy. I know. That's a real story, by the way. Missed 3 golden chances to seal it, says Adam. The golden 3. The golden ratio. I'm going to check the X feed again. We'll continue with the news. We do got 800 people on the stream. Again, happy TGIF. Thank God. It's Good Friday. Shout out Colby B. I appreciate you guys showing us what you're looking at right there on the laptop. Beautiful photo of the JV-inator. That's the new nickname. Call me the JV-inator. Thank you, brother. Just reposted. All comments and quotes do get reposted on the stream. That's how we hack the algorithm. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Let's see where we're at. Close to 700 people on the X feed. Collectively, we got 800 people on the stream. 14 hearts, 15 reposts. Rookie numbers, to be quite honest, compared to what we usually get. But nonetheless, I just reposted it. If you guys can comment, quote the stream, show Nippinator some love. Don't leave him hanging. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll continue with the next story of the day. Here we are, Famalam. Here's the latest with the Arizona bill. Good news. Arizona Crypto Reserve Bill passes the House committee, and it now heads to the third reading. Lucky number 3. That's right. One of Arizona's crypto reserve bills have been passed by the House and is now one successful vote away from heading to the governor's desk for the official approval. And this is the Arizona Strategic Digital Asset Reserve Bill, SB 1373, which was approved officially yesterday, April 17th, by the House Committee of a Whole, which involves 60 House members. Shout out to the House members weighing in on the bill before a third and final reading and a full floor vote. So this is pretty massive, as you can see here from the Bitcoin laws. Arizona update, Bitcoin Reserve Bill SB 1373 has been passed by the House Committee of the Whole. The next step is the third reading of the final vote. And you can see trailing behind Arizona, of course, we have New Hampshire, we have Texas, Alabama, we got Florida, we got Georgia. I get my peaches out in Georgia. Ooh, that's it. I like my from California. Ooh, that's, yeah. SB 1373 seeks to establish a digital asset strategic reserve fund made up by the digital assets seized through the criminal proceedings to be managed by the state treasurer. Arizona's treasurer would be permitted to invest up to 10% of the fund's total monies in any fiscal year in digital assets. The pretty little bitty is going up forever, Laura. The treasurer would also be able to loan the fund's assets in order to increase returns, provided it doesn't increase financial risks. However, the Senate approved SB 1373 may be a setback by the Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs, who recently pledged to veto all the bills until the legislature passes a bill for disability funding. Boo, Katie. Hobbs also has a history of vetoing bills before the House and has vetoed 15 bills sent to her desk this week alone. I say we fire Katie Hobbs. How do you like those apples, Katie? Now, Bitcoin Laws founder and Apollo CEO Julian Farrer told Cointelegraph he expects SB 1373 will pass the House, though it may merge with another crypto-related bill, such as the SB 1062, which aims to expand the definition of legal tender and to include a cryptocurrency. Arizona is the new leader for the state Bitcoin reserve race. Where you at, Arizona? Let's go. SB 1373 has been passing through Arizona's legislative alongside Arizona's Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act, SB 1025, which only includes the pretty little bitty. The bill proposes allowing Arizona's Treasury and the state retirement system to invest up to 10% of the available funds into the bitty. SB 1025 also passed the Arizona House Committee as a whole April 1st and is awaiting a full floor vote. Send it, baby. Also, we have Utah passing a bill legislation on March 7th, scrapping the cornerstone provision establishing the Bitty Reserve in the final reading. The Texas Senate passed a Bitcoin Reserve bill also on March 6th, while a similar bill recently passed through New Hampshire's House. Give it up for the New Hamsters. And while Arizona has seen most of the progress, Farrer believes that the Texas bill is the best shot. So you're telling me there's a chance at being signed into law, noting it has seen the fewest explicit roadblocks thus far. And if you don't know, now you know. State adoption coming to a state near you. There you have it. Mobile, Alabama in the house. Shout out James Smith. A little late, but a good afternoon for the fam. Shout out Emilio. Keep it in 100. Welcome to the live stream. Happy Good Friday, broski. 38 likes, unacceptable. I might as well just retire like a young Gary Gensler in his prime. Back when Gary had hair. Before I lose all my hair and I go crazy. Like Gensler went crazy. Stressed out over here. Me and Nippinator. Nip disappeared. He's not even in the same room no more. All right, I take that back. He's somewhere. You just can't see him. He's literally directly behind me, covered. I promise. You were gonna spot the Nippinator. You can run, but you can't hide, Nippy. You can run, but you can't hide. Let me know if you can spot pretty little Nippy. Again, he's saddened. He's no longer the chairman of the SEC. It was a temporary position since Gensler had to step down. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? You can be bearish when JV is so bullish. Sorry, JV-inator. Gensler the snake, the one and only. It's the year of the snake, isn't it? Where's the Nip? You just spotted him. You either saw him or you didn't. Maybe Nip doesn't exist no more. He's like Satoshi. The legend will continue to live. Hang on to your assets and have a savings. People are losing their jobs thanks to the nice Trump economy, the cost of the living. Feel sad for the people for gambling their savings. Take care, folks. Right back at you. 5, 6, 7 times 890x. And shout out to the Oracle. She just gifted another 5 memberships to the channel. Congratulations. Misty Mom Trading, Brian Reed, Crypto Storm, Midwest Picker, and Watts Miner. You've all been hooked up with a MicroStrategy membership to the channel on behalf of Oracle. And that makes Nipinator very happy. So thank you, Oracle. You just saved the day. Only I can speak on behalf of the Nipinator, and Nipinator sends JC, our very own Oracle, lots of love and light, and says, thank you for recognizing my talent and my service to the American people and people all across the world. Nipinator gone for the workout. Yeah, he's attacking Gensler. He's training hard. Just in case a lizard folks show up, you know what I mean? It's flame on sight, like Bitcoin Rooster Dragon. Nipinator's not playing no games. The Oracle is a legend. Couldn't agree more. That's why we only get one Oracle. Thank you. Shout out Greg and the rest of the fam. Close to 900 people on the stream. I'm going to check the X feed one more time, and then we'll continue with the bitty news. The latest and the greatest across the crypto sphere. Baby. No diddy. All right, let's see what we got. What are we working with? We have Fedara Echo. Thank you, family. Check it out live now. I just hit you with a repost, fam, and let me make sure I'm following your account. She's Louise. It's like a glitch in the matrix. I am following you, brother, so you're good. A bit of a delay here. But nonetheless, we look good. So let's continue. I'll take another sip of the alkaline water, 9.5 pH. And we shall continue. Let me tell you something. Cheers, all the new members. Make sure you show Jen some love. Thank you, Misty Morning, for showing some love. Much appreciated. Welcome, MicroStrategy members. And if you're wondering what that means, you now have a membership to our channel. It is a paid membership that is $5 a month, and you just got blessed for free. My understanding is you get it for 30 days when it's gifted to you, and then you'll have the ability to renew it if you find value in the membership. If you don't find any value in the membership, so be it. But ultimately, it makes your name green, so it stands out, and it gives you a loyalty badge next to the name. And every month, that loyalty badge is going to change colors to show how loyal you are to Nipinator. You should do some personalized member emojis when someone gifts or super chats. Right on. I don't know how to do none of that shit. I'm not going to pretend I do, but if someone wants to create them for me and knows what they're doing, we can definitely update the stars with some cool graphics of some sort. But I personally find nothing wrong with the colored stars. I mean, we can get little different colored Bitcoins or something. If someone knows how to do it, please, by all means, let me know. And we'll implement that somehow. I just don't know where to begin to create them personally. Yeah, I mean, but I know they're customizable. So in a perfect world, we can have custom Bitcoin logos or something like that. Yeah, I mean, but good idea. Thank you, Adam. Every 3 months it changes. Oh, snap. I thought it was every 30 days. So good to note. So every 90 days it's going to update and it's going to change colors. I appreciate that. The orange star stays for 1 year. Orange star, where you at? So there's the bitty orange, baby. It should be everyone's goal to get the bitty orange. Find out for you, JV. Cheers, Adam, and shout out again anyone joined the live stream. Here's the latest from Mr. OG himself, Adam Back, who many still believe is Satoshi, by the way. He says quantum computers are likely to reveal if Satoshi is alive. Well, damn it. Then let's utilize these quantum computers already. But before we even dive into this story, massive shout out to DNA Noonan. He just became a member of the Huddle Gang for 12 months. 8, love being a member. Cheers, brother. This gong strike is for you. We greatly appreciate the support. Cheers. And you know when I hit the gong for DNA, you owe me a bong rip, brother. So you know what to do. And thanks again, brother. Greatly appreciate your support, homie. But anyways, yeah, our next story of the day. Here we go. Early cypherpunk, Mr. Adam Back, the OG himself, cited Satoshi in the Bitcoin white paper, suggesting quantum computing pressure may reveal whether the blockchain's anonymous creator is still alive. And what's your thinking? Yay or nay to Satoshi being alive? Let me know in that live chat. During the interview with the Q&A session of the Satoshi Spirits event in Turin on April 18th, Back suggested that quantum computing may force Nakamoto to move their Bitcoin. That's because, according to Back, Bitcoin hodlers will be forced to move their assets to a newer quantum-resistant signature-based addresses. Powerful. Back said that the current quantum computers do not pose a credible threat to Bitcoin's cryptography, but will likely threaten it in the future. Back estimated that the quantum computers may evolve to the extent in maybe 20 years, meaning all of your Bitcoin will eventually have to go to a new updated wallet, which can't be hacked by quantum computing over the next 20 years, according to the OG. When the threat becomes real, Back said the Bitcoin community will have to choose between depreciating old vulnerable addresses or letting those funds be stolen, quitting them here. If the quantum computers are here and people at universities and research labs have access, the network has a choice to either let people steal them or to freeze them to depreciate the signature. Adam Back expects the community to go to the former option, forcing Bitcoin's anonymous creator. So ultimately, if Satoshi is still alive, he's going to be forced to move his funds, which will verify Satoshi is alive. And then naturally, if he never moves it, all those coins will get lost and donated to the network. And then it'll prove Satoshi is probably unalived. Still, Back said that whether such a situation will reveal if Satoshi is alive also depends on the Bitcoin future privacy features. Quoting him here, it depends on a bit of the technology. There are some research ideas that could add privacy to the Bitty. So possibly there might be ways to fix quantum issues while keeping privacy. Still, not everyone is convinced that privacy enhancements or not, such as a scenario, would reveal whether Nakamoto was alive. An anonymous early Bitcoin miner and member of the Bitcoin community shared that he does not expect Nakamoto's coins to be moved, as shared here, even if he is alive and holds the private keys. I do not think he'd move them. Based on how he acted so far, I would rather expect to let the community to decide. And he also added that since this is a controversial choice, it makes sense to let the community decide. He said that he'd be surprised if Nakamoto came out of the woodwork to move the assets. And I'm in that camp as well. I don't think he is alive and or he would move it regardless. And I think he would just dedicate it to the network either way. Now, the quantum resistant on Bitcoin, Back explained most quantum resistant signature implementations are either unproven in terms of security or very expensive from a data perspective. He cited Lamport signatures for the old and proven design, but pointed out that they weigh tens of kilobytes, and consequently, he suggested that Bitcoin should be prepared to switch to quantum resistant signatures, but only do so when necessary, which again could be 20 years from now. He suggested a Bitcoin taproot based implementation allowing addresses to switch to quantum resistant signatures when needed. And there you have it, which goes to show you that the Bitcoiners will always be ahead of the quantum computing, because a common thing is like, still we got to worry quantum computers are going to hack all of our crypto. Well, we'll be on top of things because we're not retarded, are we, bitty broskies? Sweet, Steve Jobs couldn't code what? The elevated pH can lead to the calcium magnesium carbonate building up, says Robert. Steve Jobs was Satoshi. Who else could have created Bitcoin in 2009? You don't hear that theory too often. I've heard it once or twice, but I highly doubt it. He died 10 years ago, 23 May of 2015. I used to think Satoshi was Julian Assange. Quantum computing, parallel processing, huge orchestrated, ganged data centers. Who's going to pay for all of it to realize it is not a man? It's an anagram. I work binary code in the Marine Corps. Sempler, Florida in the building. Hey fam, I'm awake. Welcome, Chandy. Now the party begins. Welcome, Chandy 10. He won't sell if someone gets 10 million Bitcoin and another 10 million Bitcoin. He has deciding choice, plus he would have bought some under a penny. I worked binary in the 80s. I coded my own games in binary and it was fun. Snap. Now we learn the Oracle's also a coder. Maybe the Oracle, Satoshi. Shh. Ain't hear that from me. You ain't heard that from me.
Let's video, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Auto house strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding never folding.
I've always been a rapper, honky cracker, but now I'm a pastor, Bitcoin stacker. Now I'm a master of the Bitcoin standard. Hit 'em up faster than the Bitcoin panda. You can't touch me with your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bruh? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis. In El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies, raising up the biddy like Gohan. Living in a huddle house, we're not the pawns.
And thanks again, Oracle. I see 9 more reposts. You're the bomb diggity. Let's go. Only a Marine can appreciate the binary 12121212. Baby. Technologist Andy Baal wrote that he discovered a PDF of the original Bitcoin white paper on his Mac. Oh, I think there was something where Mac computers all had the white paper on it. There's actually a connection there, Grant. Good point. So Apple's connection was an insider working at Apple. Did they hide the Bitcoin white paper in all Apple computers? Was it Steve Wozniak, who is a Bitcoin advocate as well? I've listened to many interviews with Wozniak, co-founder of Apple, and he's a pro-Bitcoin guy. Yeah, I mean, says nothing but positive things about it. So playing with the Swift now, it's fun coding, working with AI to bring some of the games to the market. That's awesome. What does the Oracle not do is my question. No quantum computer will never beat Word. But anyways, fam, we do got close to 1,000 on the stream. We're approaching the top of the hour. Don't forget to comment, quote the stream. It does go a long ways and is always appreciated. But next story of the day, I want to share with you the latest from the Giga Chat, including 21 Bitcoin truths, which he just published on X. And also this headline reads, Saylor says ETF investors' stronger hands will help stabilize the Bitcoin, referring to like ETFs such as BlackRock, etc. So yeah, let's break this down. Balchuna has pointed out that the spot Bitcoin ETFs have attracted 131 million over the past 90 days and are up 2.4 billion since January 1st. He called this impressive, noting it helps explain why Bitcoin has been relatively stable. Its owners are more stable, he says. Balchuna said Bitcoin ETF investors have much stronger hands than most people think. He said this should increase the stability and lower Bitcoin's volatility and correlation in the long term. Saylor's firm, Strategy B, made its latest Bitcoin acquisition April 14th, acquiring 3,459 of the biddy for 285 million at an average price of 82,600 per coin. And according to the Saylor tracker, Strategy holds now 531,644 BTC. Now the Bitcoin Volatility Index, which measures Bitcoin's volatility over the past 30 days, is at 1.8% at the current time of publication, according to the BitBo data. And at this time, Bitcoin is trading at around just shy of 85,000. And over the past 30 days, Bitcoin traded between 75 and 88 amid macroeconomic uncertainty, primarily driven by Trump's imposed tariffs and the ongoing questions about the future of the U.S. interest rates. Despite this, Bitcoin remained above its previous all-time high, which is roughly 73,600, first surpassed back in November. Participants in the broader financial market have also expressed surprise at Bitcoin's relative strength in recent times, particularly in comparison to the S&P. And now, again, I wanted to read to you the 21 truths of Bitcoin as per Michael Saylor. He recently shared this. It looks like dated April 17th. This was yesterday at 1:29 p.m. 21 truths of Bitcoin. Number 1, Bitcoin is an ideology. Number 2, Bitcoin is a protocol. Number 3, Bitcoin is an asset. Number 4, Bitcoin is a network. Number 5, Bitcoin is immaculate. Number 6, Bitcoin is ethical. Number 7, Bitcoin is a commodity. Number 8, Bitcoin is a digital commodity. Number 9, Bitcoin is digital scarcity. Number 10, Bitcoin is digital gold. Number 11, Bitcoin is digital money. Number 12, Bitcoin is perfect money. Number 13, Bitcoin is legitimate. Number 14, Bitcoin is corporate. Number 15, Bitcoin is global. Number 16, Bitcoin is immortal. Number 17, Bitcoin is digital energy. Number 18, Bitcoin is a digital energy network. Number 19, Bitcoin is a digital economic system. Number 20, Bitcoin is a digital defense system. And number 21, Bitcoin is an emerging star system. And if you don't know, now you know, as per Mikey Saylor. And next up, we'll be discussing the United States of America dumping their gold reserves or gold derivatives, gold notes for the pretty low biddy for the strategic reserve, which is our feature story of the day. And then we'll dive into some live Q&A and jam out to some Chandy Jams. Let me know if that sounds good, broskies. Wozniak, more than jobs. Well, maybe Steve was Satoshi. Maybe Steve is Satoshi. 28 years and 2 wars. Shandy, have a great day. Smash the like for the Bitcoin news. We need more likes. That's right. If you don't smash the likes, guess what? Here's the cold, honest truth.
They not like us. They not like us.
Only those who subscribe and smash the like are like us. So you're either with us or against us. And I feel sorry for anyone against the Nippinator. I just got to keep it 100. You would not want to be against that Nippinator. Anyone against Nippinator is like going against the Terminator in his prime. You just don't do it. 22 Bitcoin is old. 22 bottles of beer on the wall. 22 bottles of beer. If one of those bottles just happened to fall, 21 bottles of beer on the wall. And that's a blackjack, baby. Hit the like, folks. Yeah, if you don't hit the like, I may never strike the gong again. That's just how we roll moving forward. If we don't get no subs and no likes, I'm going to get rid of the gong. We'll replace it with a photo of a transgender by the name of Dylan. And then maybe we'll get some love from the algorithm. Because it's up to you. The algorithm hates me. You know what I mean? Literally. So unless you show me love, I'm going the Dylan route, and we're embracing transgenderism, getting rid of the gong, and I'm selling out. Might as well start selling out today. Sorry. I mean, it is what it is. Get a nice frame, 10 by 8 or something like that, and we'll just pay homage to Dylan every day for being so brave, for leading the way in transgenderism. We may even get a photo of, what's her name out there? Or we'll get the action figure of Greta. If you guys haven't seen that, it's classy. Let me show you something. We may get the Greta action figure and just feature it on the desk. We'll shut it all down. And she's actually equipped now with the autistic rage mode. This is a premium doll. It's not cheap. You're not going to find it at your local Walmart, but I'll get my hands on it, even if I got to pay a premium. If I got to trade a Bitcoin, I trade a Bitcoin. I get me the new Greta How Dare You edition, and How Dare You question her. We put it on the desk if we have to and start talking about climate change. I may embrace Katy Perry moving forward. I think the space stuff is real. I think it's real now. I was misguided all these years. Apparently space is real. NASA really sends astronauts to the moon. Yeah, I mean, SpaceX is real. Elon sends rockets to the moon and is creating civilizations on Mars. And Katy Perry flew 11-minute space flight somehow with a mannequin caught inside. And even though the door was sealed shut and could only be opened from the outside, they opened it from the inside. They must have built it accessible from both sides. And it was all real. What did I know? Sorry, guys. So yeah, space is real. Katy Perry is our hero, ladies. And obviously, broskies, we all worship Dylan. Now can I get some love, algorithm? I completely sold my soul. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. It's good to get the cat out of the bag. Posted 129, 165 years, 190 days from Carrington. Oh yeah, 9/11 was real. Apparently it wasn't an inside job. Sorry. I don't know how that tower fell down. It must have been an imaginary plane, but I believe in imaginary planes. Those terrorists were just on next level Al-Qaeda. You know what I mean, what are you going to do? And by the way, Nippinator is a transgender. He identifies as a cat. He's no longer a dog. He's no longer Nippinator. It's the Catinator. So give it up for Catinator. He's no longer your chairman, but he loves Dylan as well. And we support Katy Perry, Gayle King, whoever supports Oprah. And we love Bill Gates. We think Bill Gates, his heart is in the right place. I mean, he has good intention. Things don't always work out for the man, but I think he means well. He's trying to save the planet. I have no doubt that he's not trying to save us from the population. Him and his father are really good people. And what more can I say? I mean, Warren Buffett's a great guy, too. Rest in peace, Charlie Munger. You know what I mean? I think he was misunderstood. And I think when he said Bitcoin is rat poison square, he had a point. You know what I mean? I wouldn't touch it. Bitcoin's poisonous, is what he's trying to tell you. If you're going to go for something, go with the Trump meme coin or the Libra coin or the Haktua meme coin. You can't go wrong there. You just can't go wrong because the saliva. You ever get stuck, you unstuck yourself, you just spit on that thing. Yeah, I agree. Still thinking it's going to be used as a currency. And why not just embrace the CBDC? Why are we running away from it? I mean, just adopt a CBDC already. We need this to save the dollar. JV, you need a cowbell. I'd love to get a cowbell, just like the cats have, right? I might have to ship you one. I'd love to rock the cowbell. Give me a collar. Give me a training bra. I'm going to learn how to develop these breastises. They say the broskies like big breastises, and I cannot lie. The other rappers can't deny. OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg, what it do? Pudgy Penguins are great as well. You can't go wrong with the NFTs. Just trade all your Bitcoin. Get rid of it while you still can. Pick up the pudgy little penguins, the Libra coin, and the Hawktua coin. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Oh my God. Oh my God. Can't make this shit up. And this is what it's come to, folks. This is what it's come to. Who else am I missing? Who else do we need to start supporting around here? Janet Yellen, misunderstood. I love Miss Yellen, and especially Christine Lagarde. Christine Lagarde, she's a stand-up woman. You know what I mean? We need more women like her in this world, especially in Europe. And if we can get more women like Christine Lagarde and Janet Yellen, we can save the planet, gentlemen. And they're so attractive, aren't they? Rachel Maddow is the most attractive human being I've ever seen. I think we should bring back the Ellen DeGeneres show and give Oprah a platform again. You know what I mean? Since all this Gilligan's Island, Epstein bullshit, I haven't seen much from them. I think we need to bring them all back. Because it's not a good look if they're hiding after all that. I say just embrace it, Oprah. I mean, Gayle King's going to space. Oprah should have send Oprah to space. She deserves it. Send all the billionaires to space. Bring Peanut and Fred back. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Yeah, the government's good people. That's what I'm trying to say, Data. It's misunderstood. The U.S. government gets a bad rap. They're here to help. You need help, just reach out to your local law enforcement. They're there to help you. They will not imprison you. I guarantee it. Unless you post things like the Oracle, they may show up at your house regardless. But I'm still 120,000% up on Pepe. Well, there you have it. Pepe is apparently superior to the Bitcoin. And you got to do what you got to do, right? Okay, let's be fair. Gold versus... Oh, yeah, gold is great. I think gold is the greatest store of value that we have ever had in human history. Bitcoin's too volatile. I'd rather get the gold's guaranteed slow, steady race like the turtle versus putting my money on the tortoise. I mean, the hare, my bad. The tortoise obviously is the turtle. I'm mistaken. But gold, you can't go wrong. I mean, $3,300 an ounce, fantastic. You're looking for a store value that's going to maintain $3,000 over the course of the next 10,000 years. Gold is your best choice. Bitcoin's too volatile. It may go up another 1,000x from here, and that would be a bad look if you're looking for something not as volatile. I'd go with the gold. You can't go wrong. I forget what they call him. The contrary. Yes, scary comment. Reagan nailed it. Reaganomics were the best. I love the fact they put us on the 1933. They got us off the gold standard. That was the best move the United States could have made. Got rid of the gold standard. It's been on the up and up ever since. We were headed downhill fast, weren't we, broskies? But thank God we changed things. So give it up for yourselves. Should I keep going? What am I missing? But anyways, fam, again, welcome everyone. I just can't wait to get the new Greta doll. Yeah, I mean, again, she has the autistic rage mode. You just pull the string, and we can just listen to Greta rage, each and every day. Trumponomics. Trump is overrated, Oracle. Same with Bukele. I think I should take off the Bitcoin country hat and just start representing Canada. Nothing wrong with Justin Trudeau. He's the man of the people. You know what I mean? You're looking for a great country to relocate? Shit, I can't recommend Bitcoin country no more. Let's just go with Canada. I mean, you can't go wrong, broskies. All right, I digress. Where's the beef? Yeah, I'm no longer a vegetarian. I'm eating hamburgers, only from McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. Those are apparently the healthy ones. You can't go wrong. Don't listen to those conspiracy theorists that tell you there may be human meats in the fast food. Bullshit. Accept whatever they're giving you. There's an FDA, and they wouldn't sell you anything that can harm your health. They're looking out for you. It's called bigger brother for a reason. They're like your bigger brother. Respect your bigger brother, family. Thank goodness for the fiat money, and never runs out. Exactly. That's what the Bitcoiners don't understand. Bitcoin, we're going to run out. Finite limited supply. There's not enough to go around. You're shit out of luck. Michael Saylor owns the entire supply between Saylor and BlackRock. Dollars, you know they can keep printing them. You're not going to run out. You're going to be able to buy a loaf of bread, hamburgers, McDonald's, bring the McRib back. Fuck the seasonal bullshit. All year McRibs. We'll use the fiat to pay for it. Exactly. You guys are understanding the point. Excellent. Okay. The ultimate JV rant today. All right, fam, after the infamous freeze frame, now for our featured story of the day. Will the United States literally dump their gold reserves for Bitcoin for their strategic Bitcoin reserve? Well, let's break this down. We've been hinting this for a while, as there's many net neutral ways for the United States to acquire Bitcoin. So is this the dawn of a new reserve era, from gold to treasuries to Bitcoin? Let's break her down. The U.S. has long relied on the U.S. dollar and U.S. treasuries as the twin pillars of its economic, fiscal, and monetary strategies. But what happens when all these instruments lose their luster and become lackluster? According to the Bitcoin Policy Institute, head of policy, Zack Shapiro, the current financial system is entering a historic inflection point. In a recent interview they shared with the Bitcoin Policy Hour, noting that the U.S. announces we are buying 1 million Bitcoin is just a global seismic shock. In fact, we covered that in great detail yesterday, that the Bitcoin price, they believe, the Bitcoin Policy Institute, would soar, literally skyrocket to 1 million per coin just off the announcement of the U.S. purchasing 1 million Bitcoin. They say we'll probably go very quickly to something like $1 million per pretty little bitty going up forever, Laura. And while the changing monetary order, a potential movement from treasuries as the reserve asset towards the bitty, is largely evident for those with eyes to see, the paths that can be taken on that journey are a myriad of gold's role is the largest question mark facing the market. Recent discussions around revaluing the U.S. gold holdings, still officially priced at $42 per ounce, the derivatives, could unleash nearly $1 trillion in new purchasing power should the United States decide to draw upon it. What would the U.S. do with that windfall? Well, the Bitcoin Policy Institute's policy thinkers are right. It might be deployed to acquire a strategic Bitcoin reserve in a budget-neutral manner, precisely, in alignment with the remit of the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Executive Order recently signed by the Trumpster. Now, gold is ancient, Bitcoin is strategic. And one of my favorite quotes from Max Kaiser, gold is the poor man's Bitcoin, which is right in alignment here. Gold is ancient, Bitcoin strategic. According to Matthew Pines, executive director of BPI, frames the choice in stark geoeconomic terms. In terms of strategic leverage, there is a asymmetric advantage for the United States to having Bitcoin monetized relative to gold. Pines went to note that the U.S. and its population owns 35% of all the Bitcoin in circulation, a ratio that gives Washington serious incentive to prefer digital over metallic money. Gold, despite its historical credibility, is centralizable, expensive to transport, and incompatible with the 21st century economy. And while central banks continue stacking it as a hedge against the weaponization of treasuries, its utility as a modern reserve asset remains constrained. Bitcoin, by contrast, is fast, global, and increasingly liquid, a networked form of monetary energy that sidesteps the geopolitical choke points that define traditional finance. The post-dollar world has already begun. The dollar remains dominant but fragile, according to Shapiro, citing Triffin's dilemma, noting how the U.S. must increasingly choose between domestic economic goals and the international demand of the reserve currency issuance. Sanctions like those imposed on Russia's dollar reserves in 2022 shook the global confidence in the neutrality of the U.S. assets. And since then, foreign central banks have responded by moving rapidly into the gold, and in some cases into the pretty little bitty going up for Laura. The Treasury is becoming less of a neutral reserve asset, according to Shapiro. Reference escalating disorder in the bond markets and the U.S. perceived politicization deglobalization of the financial power. And I also may add the de-dollarization from the US dollar, such as the BRICS movement being a great example of that. Yet both he and Pine stress that the America still has tools, and Bitcoin may be the most potent amongst them. By shifting revenues into the bitty, the US could reduce reliance on debt issuance. In fact, we can reduce up to 50% or more of the debt, according to Lummis, just by establishing a strategic, Bitcoin reserve, or maybe offloading the gold and trading it for the apex predator here, and securing asymmetric leverage in a digitized world. The act from a position of strength in competition with a geopolitical rival such as China and Russia. And may I remind you, there's only enough room for one country superpower, Bitcoin superpower in the world. So whatever country is going to be the first to stack 1 to 5 million Bitcoin will most likely be the only one to do so and become a literal Bitcoin superpower. Will it be the US? Will it be China? Will it be Russia? What are your thoughts? The strategic Bitcoin reserve, is it a national imperative? Yeah, man. Under the executive order now got in the Trumpster administration, the Bitcoin strategy departments like the Treasury and Commerce are already exploring the budget neutral pass. Michael Saylor already laid out a dozen plus viable options for the administration to acquire Bitcoin, and one of them is revaluing their gold holdings. And also we need to do the audit already at Fort Knox to understand if we even have it. And also selling surplus federal assets, which could include real estate, gold, and spectrum rights. Also, what about just printing money out of thin air and trading it for the hardest asset in human history? Or using tariff revenues or royalties. In fact, we can reduce the entire national debt using any of these methods as well. Pines emphasizes the urgency of the institutional execution. She says words matter, especially when they come from the White House. He said, my bad. And an executive order stating Bitcoin is strategic. It itself is a global signal. However, he also heightened the bureaucratic inertia as the real challenge. Obviously, there's still enemies of Bitcoin. There's a massive difference between the speed at which the White House wants to move and the ability of the federal bureaucracy to follow. You know what I mean? Now, from theory to detonation, the global fallout of the U.S. with the Bitcoin pivot. If America were to allow through on large-scale acquisition of the bitty, the effects would be both immediate and far-reaching. Other nation states will see that they can't be left behind, sparking the global hash wars. Coined by Max Kaiser, and I think that's just a given. Would that spark Russia and China to try to get the first movers advantage, becoming the Bitcoin superpower of the world? I think so. Both Shapiro and Pines agree. Whatever your view on the Triffin's dilemma or the monetary policy history, Bitcoin is now too strategic to ignore. Bitcoin is indispensable. Wherever we're going next, it's going to help us get there. So whether the U.S. will truly dump gold is yet to be determined. I think it's likely. What are your thoughts? But to quote the late Charlie Munger, show me the incentives and I'll show you the outcome. The incentives, given the U.S. and China competition, the game theory, and America's relative dominance with regards to the domestic Bitcoin holdings, suggests and about face on gold would very well be on the cards. But you let me know. Obviously, we hold the cards, not China. China doesn't hold the cards. We hold the cards. Nippinator holds the cards. So let me know your thoughts, family, and I'll read your comments out loud and welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Trump just gave back the lands to some of the tribes of the NW. Good. That means the indigenous people got some of their lands back. That's a step in the right direction. Please such be. There is no way any country can amass 5 million big. What if it was a long-term strategy, brother? Like a 10-year play or something. And they're like, so what would that be? 500,000 Bitcoin per year, in my opinion, would be very doable because Michael Saylor purchases an insane amount of Bitcoin. I don't know how he does it, but he gets his hand on sometimes $2 billion worth of Bitcoin in a single week. So if they can do it, why can't America do it? Chickadee China. Chickadee, 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 chickadee. Exactly. How many Bitcoins are there? 14 million, 1.1 held in the original Satoshi wallets. And there has never moved. 3.6 estimated to be permanently lost. 1.5 million yet to be mined. Who's selling 5 million to anyone? Well, I would dare assume there's probably 2 million on the exchanges. Is there a number out there you can verify? So let's just say 2 million are in the open market right now. Swoop. U.S. buys them, they trade their gold reserves for it, and then they have a long-term plan to acquire, just hypothetically speaking, if they were to go the route of purchasing 5 million, which is 25% of the circulating supply. And then over the course of the next few years, they acquire some more. I mean, as fast as they can get it. And who knows? Maybe they're going to seize it from the next batch of criminals, because that's currently how the United States has acquired all their Bitcoin, because they seize it from the other criminals. So we got criminals seizing Bitcoin from other criminals. But we need to change that, and they need to start acquiring it strategically, not just from stealing it. Everything is so volatile at the moment. Oracle, we need it to settle. China, the greatest country in the world, broskies. I'd say China and Canada, if you're thinking of relocating. Back to sarcastic, JV, obviously. Not all sats on the exchanges is actually there to be sold. Good point. Volatility is life force. Yes, it will settle down some, but then the world is going to a new direction and it's going to take a while to do it. There are 40% loss. Dude, if 40% is lost, we're going to be that much more rich, Mike. So I hope you're correct. 2.5 million Bitcoin. I hope 15 million are lost. Just not ours. We lost in a boat accident, obviously, but that's a different story. 2.5 million Bitcoin across all the exchanges called reserves. Their liquidity in the event of a huge sell. Huge. We got the cards. America has the cards. We got the Pokemon cards. We got the Upper Deck cards. We got the NBA cards. We got the NFT cards. We got the Trump collection cards. China? No cards. We got all the cards. As long as it settles for the mega bitty pump, it's still only 85. That's like 50. An adjusted real float. Whoever gives the aliens the most gold lives. There you have it. And we're going to put a fork in it. Mic drop. The Anunnaki are running the show, apparently. And whoever gives them the most Bitcoin are the winners. Fair play. Fair play, broskies. I got the MTG cards. Barek got the MTG cards. I got the Nibinator Indicator card. But China, they're not holding the cards. We got the NFT cards. And we got the Pokemon. We got the very rare, Pikachu cards. We got the Shazad's cards. You got to get the Shazad's. Those are rare. Almost worth as much as my NFT collection, the mugshot collection. Fingers crossed, eh? But anyways, fam, we're probably going to play Chandy's new music video again. We premiered it yesterday. It's fire. It's called Can't Tariff Bitcoin. Let me know if you guys enjoyed that one. Make sure you're following her on X. And if you're watching Chandy, always feel free to drop your direct link in the chat. The climax of the ritual is when the princesses open the fake door. That's hilarious. Pachetro Echo, thanks again. Famalam, thank you, Chandy. I see the repost. I'm reposting. Thanks for all your reposts on everyone's comments and quotes as well. I'm reposting them all now. Shout out Daddy-O and Silly Man. What it do? Appreciate the support. The doing, doing, doing. That's right. And in a few moments, we're going to premiere a brand new music video that we shared yesterday again. Can't tariff the biddy. Are you not entertained? Exactly. Get your entertainment up.
They not like us.
Remember, if you don't subscribe to cryptonewsalerts.net, you're sure as hell not like us. And we're not like you.
Doing, 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 let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Heart on how strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
Bitcoin's dripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's. We're royalty, biddy kings and queens, manifesting the kingdom that's finally come. Playing chess moves, checkmate, we won.
We're raising the roof in El Salvador. Freedom flows, IMF can't hold us no more.
Stacking BTC like Tate versus the BBC. Stacking the biddy like BTC OGs. Stacking BTC on lightning with no fees. Stacking BTC like Snoop Dogg rolls weed. Stacking BTC like Scarface with a nosebleed. Stacking BTC like Shinobi, nobody knows me. Stacking BTC like everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and John McAfee. Stacking BTC, accumulating sats so rapidly, so happily. Stacking BTC so casually, no casualties of galaxies around Earth fallacies. Stacking BTC on a flat Earth with no gravity. Stacking BTC cause Bitcoin is your majesty. Let's biddy up, babe.
Bang bang on the door, baby, never let it fade. Huddle how strong.
Yeah, we built it this way, know when to hold 'em. Yeah, we're holding, never folding. China sounds like it is a mess. James Smith, Trump says China. Does he say China or China? I say China. I was assuming Trump said China, but maybe he says China. I don't know. China's coming to the table to negotiate. They don't have a choice since the workers are destroying the factories over there, says the Oracle. Check your XJV. I'll have to check it here in a sec. There, Chandy. It is. People are sneaking out of the videos of factories, burning it to the motherfucking ground. Craziness, eh? I'm just going to repost everyone from the BTC News Alerts account, and then I'll check my messages because I can't check it when I'm logged into the other account.
Coin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go. Biddy up, Roger out. We're changing the world, there's no doubt.
Now, just note, I reposted everything from the main account, but being it's the same exact message copy pasted like 30 times, I don't want to annoy people. They may perceive that as annoying. Just FYI. But I already reposted it all from the main account, but I'm not going to repost those 30 again from the other account because it's the same exact message every time. If there was different wording, I'd be more inclined to do so, but I don't want to be perceived as spamming or anything like that. So just FYI. Otherwise, you would have I'd stick around and keep going. But thank you regardless. It does help out regardless. Okay, so we're going to play the new Chandy Jam, Can't Tariff Bitcoin, which is her latest production. We premiered it yesterday. It is fire, so enjoy it. And then we'll get back to the Q&A, and I'll still hang out for maybe another 30 minutes. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Don't forget to smash the likes for Nippernator. It's very important, family. Thank you. Give me a second. There we go. So this song again is called Can't Tariff Bitcoin. Enjoy. Bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. Hopefully it plays. It's supposed to. Give it a second. You can do it. Put your back into it. Do it for the Nippernator. Come on now. What are we doing here? You can do it. Come on now. Come on, baby. I don't know why it's loading. That's odd. It should just play. But let's give it a second, see what happens. Pretty little bitty. Let's stack thy bitty for the bitty broskies. All right, I'm going to shut it off and put it back. I don't know why it's loading. It shouldn't take any time to load because it's already preloaded. Is it just going to cost different? All right, I'm going to try this again. Just strange. Let's try this again. For some reason, it's not playing. Let me just try any other song. There we go. Come on. It should just play. Play, play, play. Like Kid and Play. All right, another option. Let me just try any other video. Just see if any video plays. If it's an isolated incident or everything. If it's everything, then we're screwed and it's not going to play. If something else plays, then I can mess with it. For some reason, shit's not going, but it's loading. This is the stack sats like max track. It's doing the same loading. So it just may be a glitch in the software today. Ah, shit. So yeah, unfortunately, no video today, but I'm sure tomorrow we'll get it working. Sometimes it just bees like that. Craziness, right? So what we can do is tell everyone to go directly to Chandy's link on X, and then that way you guys can listen to the video and comment on the video and repost the video and help blow it up. How many views are we up to on that one? Let me know. 40,000 adjusted the real float. Let me fix my volume now that I know I can't play the music for whatever reason. Damn you, Streamlabs. I'm very disappointed in Streamlabs today. I don't know why when I comment on posts, they show up as if I made a post. Just realize that. It's a glitch, JV. Yeah, it happens. What are you going to do? Let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door. Hurry, support JV before he eats meat. That's a hilarious comment. Even like my phone's being glitchy today. Like nothing's loading. It's strange. Maybe I need to reboot it. I don't know what's going on here. But anyways, fam, we'll still jam out to some Chandy music. I just can't play the videos for whatever reason. Software is not working proper. But let's see. I get to pick the first song. And if you guys have any requests, you guys got to let me know. Today I'm going to play the Bitcoin Army song, and then we may play Can't Tariff Bitcoin right after. So enjoy, and I'll be reading the comments in between the songs as well. So continue. This is still live and interactive. Hopefully in desperation, China will say, Oracle, come to the table, make a deal. Make the deal already.
Attention, shut Bitcoin army, listen up. Hodl gang, rise up. We go left, 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 right, left. Bitcoin is the IQ test. They bound us in chains, we broke them with blocks. Ghosts of Satoshi pop the locks. Bitcoin goes going, 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 going.
From backwards to high rise, we found the flame. Mountain cities, tiny towns, forged together we're the orange race.
I'm a member of the Hodl gang in the Bitcoin army.
A bull stacking sats, guarding calmly. Orange pilled, wearing bitty camel swagger. Roller coaster junkie with a BTC dagger. Came from the silence, woods knew my name.
Cabin on the edge, owls call me to my claim. Quartz in the rock, fire in my chest. Left, 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 right, left.
They can't decode what the spirit encrypted. No backdoor hack, no keys getting lifted. Guard in the flame, can't break what's real. Bitcoin is truth, it's the winning hand, the real deal.
Dying, dying, Bitcoin army pushes BTC.
We're the Hodl gang, we rise, we ride.
And shout out to the Hodl gang. If you haven't figured it out, the name of this track is Bitcoin Army.
Bitcoin army, walk with pride. One by one while the fiat crawls. March with fire, never stall.
One truth, one chain, we answer the call. Stacking sats with every breath. Left, 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 right, left.
Not for the banks, we're fighting to use our own money. We're bunkered down and ready when the system wants to FUD me.
Decentral mind can't trace this route. Even NSA can't figure me out.
They hedge with noise, we answer facts. While they chase pumps, we don't relax. We play chess like royalty, we're not pawns. Dragons lighting the sky orange in the digital dawn.
Let's go. There's a direct link to the Bitcoin Army track with the visualizer. Thank you, Chandy, for dropping the direct link. A 109 to 51 would work. Another option. Blue Gringo, what up? Hodl Gang, CNA fan, Bitcoin Army, one and the same. IGY6 mofos. I haven't used my Tangent yet because it was made in Hong Kong. Are you trying to say you're racist and don't trust the Chinese? Is that what you're saying?
On fringe, we never flinch. This isn't a dream, no need to be pinched.
Rooster struts, dragon roars. Wolf wants in, owl keeps score. We see the grid and we don't forget.
We replace our toy soldiers with bitty soldiers.
We're gonna sell, we don't sell out, have no doubt. That's a Roger out. Right. Doing, bitty soldiers march forward, up and down. Never gonna sell, we don't sell out.
Oh snap! We did get a lot of bitty Christmas Chandy jams for Christmas, which we have in our playlist, obviously for the Pump Watch. But I'm sure every year we'll be adding to that collection the Christmas seasonal Bitcoin Chandy jams.
Have no doubt. That's a Roger out.
Shout out Warpaint. He just gifted a MicroStrategy membership today to the following. Strong RC 7582. You've just been hooked up with a MicroStrategy membership at the channel on behalf of Warpaint. Thank you, Warpaint. That's mighty kind of you. Much appreciated. Actually hilarious. I haven't set up the Cypher Rock cold wallet yet because I found out it was made in India. I don't know what that makes me, but yeah, I guess it has to be better than Coinbase. That's hilarious. Blue Gringo, if you got my profile, there's the direct link. There you have it. And click on media. You can see a lot of the music. Yeah, so if you guys don't know how to use X, you could click the media button and that will only show videos and actual content versus just tons of comments and stuff like that. Things could be harder to navigate on X compared to like a YouTube. And also for those that don't know, there's an advanced search built into X, and you can go to anyone's profile and then just click on the magnifying glass and type in the keyword. And that's how you can find Chandy's music. A lot of people don't know that either. And let me actually do a demonstration for you guys. You might not know what I'm talking about. So for example, I'm going to type in Chandy 10, go to her profile. This is her profile. Notice there's a button that says videos and there's a button that says photos. For some accounts, it just says media. I don't know why it's separated for others, but anyways, her account shows you an option for videos or photos. So you can literally click on videos, and then it's only going to show you Chandy's videos in which she posted, which you'll find the brand new song, Can't Trust Bitcoin. So it's easy to navigate. And then you'll find her other video, and you can just keep going down the list. You want to find Chandy's music videos. They're no longer on YouTube. YouTube was giving her no love, so she doesn't feel loved on YouTube. So she no longer has a channel. However, you can find it still all on X. Show her some love. Like, for example, one of my favorite music videos right here called 80 G's. I'm going to repost it. Right now it has a blackjack. There's 21 reposts. A bada boom. And Chandy can do the same thing. Always, I think every 20 or so days, you can always check. You can repost any of your content. So every day, my own content, I'll do like 20 reposts from old content that I could now repost now that it's been 20 days or however long, 30 days, whatever it is. And you can do the same thing. Obviously, it could be time consuming, but it's not that difficult. And then that way your music is always in circulation, and then we can continuously repost it as well. There's a little hack for you guys. And same thing with my channel, same concept. If you want to just go directly to my streams, just click on media or video, or another way to navigate on X, for those that don't know, like I was mentioning earlier and I got sidetracked. So you go to the profile and then there's a magnifying glass in the top. You just click the magnifying glass and any keyword you want to type, you're going to find her content correlating to it. So it's very easy actually to find things on X. We're just not accustomed to using X search, but the search does exist. And there's even an advanced search I won't get into right now, but you could find anything you're looking for if you do your due diligence. And if you don't know, now you know. And again, welcome everyone to the live stream. What a motherfucking do. A test of the Janus broadcasting system. The usual influencers push the base hard. I started to set up the Coinbase account. I saw it did it get rugged or what happened? I saw one investor ultimately crying. He's like, Coinbase, how dare you? Chandy 10 Music needs to go global. One of the best singers of all time. Fairground's in love with Chandy's voice. Loud and clear. Thank you, JV. You're quite welcome, Chandy. Wow, never knew that. Well, that's why I had to share it with you guys. I mean, you can find anything you want. But if you don't know how to search or find anything on X, it's almost like useless, their search. Because you only see what's on the feeds, and people like us are very active with commenting and reposting, so you can never find anything, right? There's the trade-off. I write the lyrics and use the AI to produce the music and the voice. Trust me, I'm doing the work, just a different method, but I am not a good singer with my real voice. Now, I don't know if Fairground's been trolling us the entire time, but he compliments your voice every single stream. So I take it as an inside joke, but I honestly don't know if he's joking or not. So you can let us know, Fairground. What's up, Bit Fam? Checking in with the fam. Shout out Crypto Soul. What up? Chandy sounds brilliant anyway. Exactly. It's irrelevant. One Tally, what up? Yeah, I mean, AI is fantastical, so he knows. He's always pulling your leg, I think. And we just roll with it. So yeah, more compliments on Chandy's voice, please, Fairground. But anyways, again, welcome those joining us. There's 1,300 people on the stream right now, living the bitty dream, stacking the bitty cream. What's this Texas dust? Greetings from Texas. Sergio's in Texas right now. Doing it big. Texas dust, eh? What the hell are you eating there? Barnyard pimp? What? Sweet and savory rub. I take it this is like a spice you put on meat. The barnyard pimp. Let's turn it into the barnyard pump. Sergio, hilarious, brother. What's going on in Texas? What am I missing out on? Well, appreciate the Texas dust. I just reposted it, brother. Enjoy that. Let me know how it tastes. Shout out Dave Schumann. Appreciate you. I use the AI artwork, says Fairground. I don't smoke it. Tell it to the judge, brother. I don't judge. Good afternoon, Pam Powers in the building. Welcome, Pam. Ecom Dynamics, what up? All right, next track, we're going to play Can't Tariff Bitcoin, another new Chandy Jam. In fact, this is the newest.
Yeah. The Trump train biddy, pump. The POTUS said to chill, buy, don't sell. Cabbage hands folded, dump. Sat stackers feeling Luna, well. The Trump train goes chugga-lugga choo-choo. Bitcoin goes doing, 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 doing. A temporary sacrifice makes them yell. The sky is falling. Hodl gangster smile and BTC rises like the Phoenix does. What's this tariff stress buzz? Oh no! Is it time to buy or sell? Just kidding, what a joke. I got the biddy, bro.
So Fairground says, Shandy, not joking. Lovely. I love music. I used to be a DJ back in the 90s.
And it gets smashed, no such thing as a Bitcoin crash. La la bitty, such a yummy coin. Bitcoin knows what to do. It goes doing, dup, doing, doing, doing. You can put a tariff on cars. Bitcoin maxis feel no scars. Weak hands gonna moan and groan. You can slap one on China iPhones. Hodl, it's a dip. Don't be a dip selling on the dip. But you can't tariff Bitcoin. Coin, doing, doing, doing. You can't ship your gold for the goods. You can't clear a check in the woods. You can't wait 4 days while the network lags. We're lightning fast while the old system drags. Tariffs on steel, on tech, on toys. Tariffs ain't touching our digital gold. We're poised. We don't listen to FUD, no noise.
Tariffs on the pretty little bitty, Saylor said. Nope. Not so. Bitcoin is perfect like that. So dope, dope, dope. Bitcoin moves when the bankers break down. Golden masked men looking like clowns.
You can't tariff Bitcoin.
You can't stop Bitcoin. You can't stop Bitcoin. You can't slow Bitcoin.
We're already gone.
Already left the rocket station. Dragon flame style by Felicia to your printer inflation. We went long. We huddle strong. Strike.
That's a bitty checkmate.
That Vaughn.
Tariffs
That's USA future economic gain. It can't beat perfect money, we already won this game. Lava fire runs in our veins. Trump train arrived as expected, armed with the orange flame. Choo choo choo, who's
Chugga chugga choo choo. All aboard.
feeling the pain? The elite asset will be left unstained. Bitcoin president knows his game.
LA, Trump and BTC lead. Stack sats, take heed. Bitcoin presidents feel no shame. They know their game. Have some faith. Chill. And keep your stake. Hodl gang, do what you do. We're perfect money fame. The global economy needs rocket-fueled currency, but minds that stay woke lack urgency. High IQ thinkers push orange, think that's funny. They're teaching the truth. Bitcoin is perfect money. While the rest freeze up and stall, Bitcoin's gonna outlast them all.
Direct link to this brand new music video. Again, this is the newest Chandy Jam music video. Direct link in the chat. She says, guys, if you can repost the link, can't tariff Bitcoin, even if you already have, you can do so with a comment, and then Chandy can repost it. She wants to hit 10,000. It deserves it. Now, in my opinion, I know I've said this to you privately, but when you post on X, the very first frame of any video is equivalent to the thumbnail of a YouTube video, and you open the video with a black screen, so it's just black. So in the future, when you post a video, make it specifically where even if it's 0.1 second, pick the best frame. This is just a pro tip for X exclusively. Pick the best frame that will get the most clicks and just cut it and put it 0.1 second at the beginning of the video. This is a tip I learned a long time ago, and it'll get way more love. And the difference between having a still image that people want to click on versus, let's say, a black screen will be night and day difference. It could be the difference between 5,000 views and 25,000 views. And the only difference is the frame from the very beginning of the video. So next time you produce a video, again, just take the best frame and put it at the very beginning, opening, just 0.1 second clip. And that's going to be the chosen thumbnail on X. And that's the biggest factor with views is, believe it or not, it's the actual frame. So I just want to throw that out there. If you don't know, now you know. You can't tariff the pretty little bitty. It's going up forever, Laura.
An angel in the orange lifeboat. It's a bitty lifesaver. Just reach out and take the rope. Speed up, the looking up, the waking up. This ain't a maybe, this is a shake-up.
BTC.
So think of the freeze frame or the first frame of the video as an album cover. If you went to the record shop back in the day and you're going to choose an album based on the cover, just as we did with CDs when we were kids, you're not going to pick the blank cover. You're going to pick whatever is intriguing to you, right? Same concept with thumbnails and frames in videos. If someone sees something they have to click on, they're going to click on it. You're going to get way more views. If it's black, and they're just going to be like, you know what I mean?
Looking strong in a so-called market crash. Satoshi's team chuckles, seed phrases, impregnable stash.
GDP, that's cute, watch this. We're rebels with a cause and diamond hand fists. We offer no apology, no fake confession. This is not a recession, it's succession. It's manifestation, destination, and angelic creation. No, hey, goodbye. Starvation, inflation, exploitation, desperation, devaluation.
Tax, what? Tariff this?
I know, no, don't think so, bro.
This track is fire, by the way. I'm a big fan.
We were built to go.
I think they say the phrase from doing. You can't tariff Bitcoin. You can't stop Bitcoin. You can't slow Bitcoin. We're already gone. Already left the rocket station. Dragon flame style by Felicia. To your printer inflation. We went long, we hodl strong. Tariffs, that's USA, future economic gain. It can't be perfect money, we already won this game. Lava fire runs in our veins. Trump train arrived as expected, armed with the orange flame. Choo choo choo's feeling the pain. The elite asset will be left unstained. Bitcoin president knows his game.
Bitcoin presidents feel no shame. They know their game. Have some faith. Hodl tight, be part of the hodl gang. Do what you
do or perfect money fame.
Bitcoin moves when the bankers break down, trying to stop our bitty touchdown. Fiat's making L's while we ring the church bell. Hope, hope, hope. We were gifted by God, a hat trick, not a hat trick. Tip your hat nod, this ain't the Matrix. This is a Matrix fix. We make M's and watch the L's go da-da-dim.
Yikes, getting dark over there.
We went long, we huddle strong. They chase trends.
I just thought of some bars. We turn our L's, losses, into. We turn our L's into. You fill in the blank. I forgot what I was going to say. I had something very strategic and my mind blanked, and now I'm asking for you to fill in my thoughts. Maybe one of you guys can figure out what I was going to say. Maybe you can read minds. Let me know.
We've been right all along. BTC's a digital storm. I've got a migraine. The Hartle gang stack.
I just thought of it. We turn our L's, our losses, into longs. Let's fucking go. That's what I meant to say.
Tight.
Bitcoin royalty gonna reign. Limp, wimp, not fit for a chimp. We are proof of work. Puppeteers looking like wannabe pimps with a limp. Don't blame us for acting or being prophetic. While you beg the Fed, we stayed unapologetic. The bitty energy, it's better than kinetic. Code so clean, it's spiritually symmetric.
Pricing going done. BTC's in the passing lane. Fiat stay in your lane. Price in the 80 G's. Yeah, that's your sign to get it. You won't have to ask twice.
Just buy it, just get it.
BTC is sovereign. Hodlers like solving problems.
You can't tariff Bitcoin.
Fire track, by the way. Okay, Jason, they're coming back. The record shop. The legends hung out on a Saturday morning. Listen to the latest release. I used to go to the vinyl shops all the time. I used to have turntables. I had Technique 1200s. I was spinning as a kid. Think we are trading the thing for real. ETH real things. Adam says, I still got loads of rock limited editions, colored vinyl. You still got your vinyls. Wow. That's one of my favorite two lines. We were gifted with a hack trick. Not a magician's hat trick. This isn't the Matrix. It's a Matrix fix, mofos. I love it. Turn our L's into W's. That works too. L's. Their L's are our W's. Exactly. Not to be conflicted with George W.
Oh, love the pretty Bitcoin.
Roger out.
Well, my thinking was just a play of words, considering an L is a long or a loss. So it's like we turn our losses into longs. Maybe it was stupid. It was just on the spot. But yeah, it probably is a lot better to turn an L into a W. I think everyone would understand that one, not the longs thing. But, we long Bitcoin too. Techniques are the best. Yes. And that's because all my favorite DJs in rap use Technique 1200s, DJ Premier, and all that. So I just followed in the footsteps of the greats. Because my understanding with the Technique 1200s, when you're spinning them, I don't know what the fucking technological thing is called, but it just continues. When it's at a complete stop, it just can go right where it left off without a delay. And if you had a good stylus, you can make some insane scratching. Ever. It was just very sick. One of my favorite DJs is DJ Premier. DJ Premier. Premier. Even in the dips, I don't consider myself to have a loss. Technically, I'm down quite a bit for buying so much between the 88 and 107, but ain't no thing but a chicky wang. Just a beautiful savings account. Exactly. It's all unrealized. All of it. Okay, we own more Bitcoin and less arable land and have plenty of the bitty for sale, but will be out if the stock a lot of the real things. Even at the dips, I don't consider, yep, exactly. I'm genius how they get us to do so willingly. Be colored vinyl. I seen the Plasmatics album and it was a leopard print. You can't tariff the biddy. Bada boom. I bought a Bitcoin. So that's 2 new tracks we played for you today. Bitcoin Army and Can't Tariff Bitcoin. Let me know which one is your favorite. New Jammy Jam, Chandy Jam, I should say. And welcome to Candyland, Bitcoin country. Stacking the bitty. And again, welcome everyone joining us. What to do? We got 1,400 people on the live stream. We're still going strong. No, agreed. I like turning L's into wins better as well. Craw. Once you value your wealth in Bitcoin and not fiat, you will realize you are far from a loss. I can match you on that pictured vinyl of Becky bitch in leopard costume. Still got it. Shout out to the Becky bitch. You guys are speaking a foreign language, but I'm reading it out loud. That's the beauty of being in the comments. You want something read out loud? I'll read it out loud. You can't tariff this mofo. You can't tariff Bitcoin. You can't tariff the Nippinator.
Pump it up.
And we do it like. And this is another one, Biddy Up El Salvador, underrated track. But it's fire. One of the best there's only 3 El Salvador songs. Maybe there's more by now. Obviously, Bitcoin presidents could be considered El Salvador, and maybe Tariff Bitcoin could be considered kind of like, a hybrid. But nonetheless, Biddy Up El Salvador. I really appreciate this jammy Chandy Jam.
Beach vibes hitting, sunshine grinning with the brightest, doing the warm weather hustle. Bitcoin's winning, the most creative and bold. The world cannot deny us. Bitcoiners are the leaders. We're next level best. Stack your appeal and stand beside us. Got my hodl house locked, you can't blow it down. Built like a strategic 3 little piggy style brick house.
Bukele rules, now he leads this town. A visionary force wearing humanity's crown. He gave hope to this place, turned it bold and bright. Orange country bleeds blue, white, and orange light. Got cold storage, then move on down. Where volcanoes and currency flow, no frowns. No worries, no politics, no puppets, no clowns. Biddy up.
Let's go. Thank you, Fairground. Love your channel. JV, throw everything in. That's right. We take care of the conspiracy theorists. We take care of the Bitcoiners. And we take care of the shitcoiners. And we even take care of the no-coiners. Even those who love Peter Schiff. You've come to the right place. We offer everything. We got meatballs. We're serving meatballs on Good Friday. I need some Motorhead. What the hell is a Motorhead? L's equal a loss and loser. So L's sell on the dip. Such a loss, but we wait for the rip. We make the L's losses, our M's, our wins. Stacking the M's. Stacking the millies. Stacking the biddies. Exactly. M's are for millies. Nippinator sneaked in a sack without me seeing. God bless the Nippinator. Did he just lick the bungus? Okay. After the record, the collector nerds. Oh, shout out all the Bitcoin nerds. The bird is the word. Apparently, it's the biddy. The biddy word. Okay. Chat and I are working on finishing touches for 2 new songs. Oh, really? Just finishing the Cheers video. Oh, snap. That's going to be a good banger. And maybe updated part 2 chorus at the end of the song. Include the new people since last summer. Well, considering it's already like a 7-minute song, I'd say just go. If the intent is a video for the original song, I would just stick to the original. However, I mean, whatever you do, I'm going to love. So I don't need to tell you what to do. You know what to do. I've got loads on the CD, and I'm on a mission to collect anything Motorhead, just like crypto. Well, apparently Motorhead is, I guess, a band. Am I right? Lots of my CD covers in a flood. You lost thousands. Well, thank Sam Goody for that. Remember like the MGM Music Club and Sam Goody and the offers? I was like 7. And they're sending me offers in the mail. You can get 15 CDs for $1. I'm like, well, good Lord, sign me up. Steal your mom's credit, whatever it takes. Free CDs. I'll take the new Nirvana album. I'll take that Snoop Dogg Doggy Style album. I mean, I am 7 years old. My parents let me listen to what I want. I'll take the new Dr. Dre The Chronic album. Why not? Screw it. I listened to a little alternative. I went Nirvana. Let's do a little of the Pearl Jam. Why not? I'll do a little Soundgarden. Black Hole Sun. Whatever it takes. I'm getting 15 CDs for $1, Mom. Look at your boy. We've made it. No more $20 per CD at the CD shop. I gotta say I'm goody. My credit's good. Y'all remember those CD offers? 15 CDs, you just pay for one. Trying to convince your parents, but Mom, I'm gonna get 15 for free. You just pay the full price for the one. You don't understand, JV. They're gonna screw me and steal my money. They wouldn't do that, Mom. We need the CDs. I need Doggy Style and The Chronic. Please, Mom. I want to be cool. Got some Nirvana cassette tapes. Yeah. When I first started collecting CDs, I do remember having the Nirvana album, the one with the baby in the water, the classic. It was around that era. But yeah, I don't know how many fucking CDs me and my brother ordered from these CD clubs and just were unable to pay. We'd get offers, it seemed like every week, free CDs. Free CDs. Sure. Black Hole Sun, a brilliant track. I've got that video too. It was brilliant. Yeah, that was Soundgarden, right? Black Hole Sun, won't you come? Wash away the pain. Black Hole Sun. Yeah, I mean, CD's worst technology for long. I know, you get the fucking scratch. I didn't know what was worse. The scratch in the CD. You couldn't get the play in the Discman. Or the cassette tape that gets eaten. And then you put the pencil in, you fix it, and it gets eaten again. Holy shit. But yeah, CDs. And then remember DVDs? People would be paying. I remember buying the Sopranos box set edition for my father for Christmas. That shit was like hundreds of dollars. It was like every episode of the Sopranos. You get one fucking scratch on that bitch. You drop your CD, you're fact. Crazy days. This was before the MP3. Our kids were speaking a different language. We're speaking Chinese. Funny shit, right? Very well made, JV, ahead of his time. A Black Hole Sun. Oh, yeah, and it was also, a lot of music has a lot of truth in it. Kind of like, what was that song from Red Hot Chili Peppers? Californiation or something? California something? But it's very prophetic. And oftentimes, not only do they use Hollywood through the film industry, and they also use the music industry as a foreshadowing or as a pre-framing as to what to come. And that was one of those specific tracks. You guys know what I'm saying? I also had the Red Hot Chili Peppers album. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away now. Hey now. No difference, JV. Used to chew my best music up. Precisely. Now there's like digital music. You don't get skips. It's just not the same. You know it's going to play. It's unacceptable. Unless you have no internet and you don't have it downloaded, then you're fucked. But, yeah, man. What other CDs did I have back in the good old day? I remember having a CD tower, just a plastic case. You put all your CDs in it. And I had those filled up. Huge band. Used to listen to GABA. Something. Techno in the CD would stick going bang, bang, bang. Get out of here. Like the B-52. But anyways, fam, it's been fun. Hopefully you enjoyed today's stream. Got some entertainment out of it. I'll be back tomorrow. I know it's holiday weekend, but fuck it. I will be here. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 4 p.m. And I will be here Easter Sunday at 4 p.m. as well. Give you the latest bitty news. And thank you for all the support. Shout out Shandy. Thank you so much for blessing us with your music. You're one of a kind. And shout out our moderators, especially our very own Oracle. Thank you so much for supporting us. And I'll see you guys soon. Make it a fantastical day. Enjoy your Good Friday. Nippinator sending lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.
Stack and flow.